What's going on, Met fans? Welcome to another episode of RAW and UNCUT, New York Sports Talk, where we talk about the Mets, the Nets, and the Giants. Sunday afternoon, we finish up this 3-game set versus the Marlins. We finally win our first series of 2020. We're going to be recapping the series versus the Marlins, little weekend action. You know, these pesky fucking Marlins. That's all they are. They're just a pesky team. Like, everybody who played this weekend, the majority of them weren't probably even on the opening day roster. They came in with one loss on the season, and they were kind of playing out of their fucking COVID minds. Friday night, they throw this kid who hasn't pitched in AA, single A, probably skipped college, didn't pitch in high school. He never pitched a day in his life. And then he made his major league debut against the Mets. Humberto Mejia, 23-year-old kid. I think he's like the 29th, rated the number 29th prospect on the Marlins farm. And, you know, look, this is not a surprise, right? Pitchers who debuted against the Mets usually do pretty well. Even hitters. First major league hit probably came against the Mets. This kid didn't look bad. I mean, he held the Mets to one hit, one run. He gave up that home run to Dom Smith Friday night. And the Mets kind of, struggled at the plate again. Wacha gave us a pretty good start, I'd say. I mean, he had the little hiccup in the second inning where he gave up a 3-run home run to Cervelli. He gave up another run. All 4 runs he gave up came in that second inning, and then really settled down nicely throughout the game. He kept us in it. It wasn't a terrible start. I take it any day of the week. He went 5 innings, struck out 9, 6 hits, 2 walks. The bullpen came in once again, 0 earned runs, gave up 1 hit in 4 innings pitched. So our bullpen has really kept us in games, and they've helped us maintain the lead. So this is I'd say it's a pretty big turnaround, because just last week we were talking about this bullpen is the second worst bullpen in the majors, 7+ ERA, and now all of a sudden the bullpen, really everybody in the bullpen is contributing, right? They're all looking a lot better than what they were a week or 2 weeks ago. And then, we move on to Saturday's game. I did not get to watch, but I watched some of the highlights, looked through a little bit of the box score. David Peterson was making his 3rd start, and what it sounded like to me was he really kept his composure out there. And that's something that Luis Rojas preached about, David Peterson being poised when he's on the mound. And he actually showed that last weekend when he pitched versus the Braves. He was able to get out of jams and, kind of work himself around any issues. And it looks like Saturday night he did the same thing. 5 innings pitched, 4 hits, 2 earned runs, 3 strikeouts, 3 walks. His ERA is now at 3.78. That's really big for the Mets also, because he's really stepped in as that number 5 starter and, has given us quality innings, I say. And he's got some pretty good stuff. He looks confident on the mound and doesn't get rattled. And I think that's really big at the major league level, that a rookie like that, right? Such a young kid, a prospect, can do that. The other big bright spot out of Saturday's game to me is the middle of that lineup: Conforto, Alonso, J.D. Davis. Really good seeing that middle of the lineup drive in runs, and that's exactly what they did. Combined, they went 4 for 12, 5 hits, 8 RBIs, 2 walks. They struck out once combined. They all hit a home run. So that is a really, that's very good to see right there. That's something that we haven't seen all season long. And those guys are the ones especially Alonso. Alonso's had a really slow start. He's starting to come around some. He's starting to see the ball a little better, being a little more patient at the plate. And that's really what I wanted to see from Alonso. That's kind of what I said in my previous episodes. I just want him to be a little more disciplined, a little more relaxed up there, and I think he's doing that. So that's really good right there, you know. Because look, again, I'm gonna keep stressing it as the season goes on. Nimmo, McNeil need to be batting at the top of the lineup. These guys, Conforto led the team in home runs last season. Okay, I'm sorry. He had Alonso led the team on home runs. Conforto still hit like 30 plus home runs. So these guys can drive in runs. JD Davis can drive in runs. So you know we're slowly starting to mesh, right? Lineup wise. So that's really good to see. JD Davis, I believe he extended his hit streak today. Actually, before I move on today, Gesellman made his debut last night. Saturday night, he pitched 1 inning, gave up 1 hit and struck out 2. Again, another arm out of the bullpen that we can use. And besides Familia last night, I think he gave up like 2 runs. Besides him, the rest of the bullpen, again, you know, pretty much shut out innings they gave us. So, you know, kind of goes to what I said earlier. Our bullpen slowly but surely is starting to come together and, you know, pitch well late in games with the lead, or if we're down a run or 2, they're able to keep us in the game. Today, you know, we see Jacob deGrom take the mound against the Marlins, and we're like, well, you know, this is probably going to be a pretty easy victory. And I wouldn't say it was so easy. First inning, quick work. Knocked the Marlins batters down, right? And then in the second inning, he really ran into trouble. He threw like 30 plus pitches. It looked like his slider wasn't working. He wasn't throwing his fastball a lot. Had some type of blister on his finger that was bothering him. So I think he issued back-to-back 4-pitch walks. That, I don't think I've ever seen. I don't think he's ever done that before. So I certainly have never seen him do that. But he was able, you know, being Jacob deGrom, he kind of he went back to his fastball a lot later that inning and was able to get out of it. And then in the third inning, he only threw 12 pitches. You can see him throw his fastball a little more, and then as the game went on, his slider was a little more effective. And you know, look, that's what great pitchers do, man. That is a great pitcher right there. He's able to overcome any struggles that he's having. You know, blisters are no joke if you're a pitcher, right? I mean, they're just no joke. They're gonna bother you if you have one. It's just gonna fuck up the grip on the ball for you. But you know, again, a great pitcher like deGrom. It was good to see him keep his composure out there. I know he looks to be perfect and immaculate every outing, and you know he tends to knock over a hand sanitizer or 2 or whatever. But you know, it was good to see him composed out there. You know, and he took his struggles as they came, but he overcame them too. So that's a big plus. And then, you know, the bats were really, you know, came to play today. Andres Gimenez. Let me tell you, man, Andres Gimenez is not surprising me at all anymore. Like, I had no doubt this kid was gonna be productive at the major league level. Maybe I didn't think this soon. I'm not surprised by his glove work and his speed, but I'm really happy to see that he's getting a lot of playing time, and he's getting a lot of at-bats, and he's making the most of them. 3 for 3 today, 3 runs, 1 double, 1 stolen base. He might have had a a game-saving play, maybe. I mean, there was a ball hit by Alvarez of the Marlins to Alonso. It went by Alonso. It was skipped out to right field, and Gimenez raced over there and was able to get to the ball in time and, throw it into second base, preventing Alvarez to advance into second base. So that's, little plays like that won't show up in the box score are so valuable, And when your teammates see a rookie like that coming in and making the most of his opportunities, out there hustling and busting his ass, I think that really carries over to the other guys. So good game by him. JD Davis, 13-game hit streak. Conforto, he's hit safely in all 16 games this season. I noticed JD Davis going opposite field a lot, even on outs, on fly balls. They're all going opposite field. So I don't know if he's intending to do that, but I've noticed a lot of balls of his being hit opposite field. And look, Nimmo again. Nimmo is just he's a fucking on-base machine. That guy. His batting average is weak. It's 224. But his on-base percentage is just remarkable right now. I'm happy what I'm seeing from him, and that's really what you want out of your leadoff guy. You want him to be able to get on base. Who else had a good game today? Let me look at this box score real quick. Well, I'll tell you who didn't have a good game to me is Ahmed Rosario. He looks like he's swinging at everything and he's missing. Like Jeff McNeil. McNeil's swing is swinging at everything, especially first pitch. He's swinging at everything, but he's making contact. Rosario, he's swinging at everything, but he's not making any contact. So that's an issue. That's an issue right there, and that's something that hopefully he can snap out of this in the next series. I don't want him to be benched. He needs to play, but you would hope that he kind of snaps. He kind of snaps out of that funk. The credit to this offense today goes to Gimenez. He really started all the fucking rallies for the team, so he probably earned player of the game or whatever. But he's batting .333 on the season. Alonso went 0 for 4. But like I said, he's coming around slowly but surely. He's coming around. What else? DeGrom went 5 innings. Then Hughes, Betances, Diaz, Lugo came in. Diaz got the first 2 batters out, then gave up 2 hits, and you're like, oh shit, here we go again. Hefner, the pitching coach, came out to talk to Diaz, and I'm almost willing to bet my house, my wife, my kids that he told Diaz, quit fucking around and just blow another fastball by this guy. And that's exactly what he did to that to the third out in that inning to get out. He was pretty pumped. He had 3 strikeouts. That is so refreshing to see because, like I said, the whole bullpen's really been pitching pretty well lately. And Diaz is that guy that I think we were all worried about. But he looks to have really composed himself. Last 7 games, he's gone 6 1/3, 4 hits, 2 earned runs, 4 base on balls, 13 strikeouts. He's got an ERA of 2.84. So, if we really think about it, where he was 10 days ago, 14 days ago, compared to where he's at now, it's like night and day. So, I like to see the pitching coach come out and talk to these guys. I remember watching like a lot of Met games in the past for years and years, and you never see the manager come out and talk to the pitcher. They wouldn't send the pitching, like nobody, go talk to these guys, okay? It settle them down a little bit. It helps, okay? It helps. So really impressed with Diaz. I think we should all be. It's pretty exciting. Another thing I wanted to point out with the Mets catchers have absolutely raked against the Mets. Absolutely raked against us. Christian Vasquez, Francisco Cervelli, Travis d'Arnaud. I mean, they have killed us this season. I don't know what it is with catchers against the Mets, but they have absolutely killed us. So hopefully we can start getting, pitching these catchers a little better. Hopefully they don't, continue this against Mets pitching. The other thing that I was looking at, I know Gimenez leads the team with 3 stolen bases, and in 2020 they're actually 5th in stolen bases with 9 already as a team. 2019 they were ranked 23rd with 56. In 2018 they were ranked 19th with 71 stolen bases. 2017 they were ranked 27th with 58 stolen bases. 2016 they were ranked 28th with 42 stolen bases. In 2015 they were ranked 29th with 51, and in 2014 they were ranked 23rd, but they had 101 stolen bases. So this is a team, the Mets, that is not really successful at stealing bases, and that's where a guy like Gimenez comes in, where speed kills, and it's gonna kill the opponents because he is really fast, and he's gonna add a dynamic to this team that we haven't had in a while. The last time we've seen a player on the Mets steal bases that I can remember was Jose Reyes, right? We haven't had someone like him. So Gimenez is going to add something that we haven't had in a while, and he's going to add that to the bottom of the lineup, where then you're going to have, pitchers, having to concentrate on Gimenez at first, and you got fucking Nimmo or McNeil up. That's going to disrupt the pitchers. So that's a good problem that we can give to the opposing team. Yeah, I found this stat that I found for catchers, and this was as of Friday. I think it was after the Francisco Cervelli home run. I was like, I have to look it up because the pitch, I felt like the catchers were just fucking teeing off on the Mets. And after the home run from Cervelli off Wacha on Friday night, catchers against the Mets were hitting .361. They had 17 hits, 7 runs, 17 RBIs, and 4 home runs. I mean, Cervelli, I don't think did shit else Saturday and Sunday, but I mean before that, catchers were just having a lot of fun against Mets pitching. Well, I guess looking forward. And Wacha today, the big news, right? Wacha is on the injured list with a inflammation on his shoulder or some shit. So now we're gonna have to find another starter to replace him. I don't know who the Mets have in mind. There's options out there. I think Anthony DiComo threw out a tweet with some options. Look, I'm gonna tell you right now, the Corey Oswalt experiment, I'm over that shit. The Mets should be over that shit. I don't want that guy starting the game ever again. You want to you want to put him in for relief, I'm all good with that. Starting the game, you don't have worse options out there, so might as well try somebody like Franklin Colon. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that kid right there, I don't know if they want him to be a reliever or what the fuck they want to do with him. But he pitched the game against the Braves in Atlanta, right? He gave up 2 runs. He gave up a home run to Acuna. And, he went on to pitch 3 more innings after that. And he retired his last 9 batters that he faced in the game. He went 4 innings. He looked decent. You know what I'm saying? Why not give him a shot? Give him a shot. The kid is rated He's like the number fucking, I don't even know what number prospect he is. He's a prospect, I guess. I don't know, but give that kid a shot, you know? So we got a 4-game set this coming up week against the Nationals, 4 games, and then we got 3 games against the Phillies. So look, it's gonna be a fucking dogfight. We're all gonna be beating up on each other in the National League East. So we got to start winning these games. You know what I'm saying? And nobody's really out of it, because if one team gets hot and you start winning all your games, just everybody's just gonna fight everybody, right? Everybody's gonna be beating up on everybody, so it's gonna be easier to to keep up. You know what I mean? If that makes sense. So 4 games against the Nationals coming up, starting tomorrow, Monday night, and then 3 in Philly. So we'll see, and then we play the fucking Marlins again. So yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this Mets win today. I know I sure did, man. But this team needed this little boost of confidence, beating a first place team. Say what you want about the Marlins. They always give the Phillies, they give us issues for some reason, and it was good taking 2 out of 3, and as long as we keep winning series, I don't want to split against the Nationals. I mean, I'd much rather sweep, but I'll take 3 out of 4, 2 out of 3 from the Phillies, just keep winning the series. That's all we can do right now. So that's it, folks. Thanks for tuning in. Another episode, Raw and Uncut, New York Sports Talk. This has been a Mets edition of a recap of their weekend series against the Miami Marlins. As always, keep it raw and uncut.